Good afternoon, Big Blue Nation. This is Lee with That Kentucky Basketball Chick. It is Tuesday, November 18th, and we have a big basketball game tonight. So I'm excited. We'll also talk about some football because we have another big football game this weekend, and we'll recap kind of what happened this weekend and what happened last week with basketball. But before that, we've got to open our nice, cold, crisp, refreshing Dr. Pepper. It's like the best drink on earth. I know you Diet Coke fans would beg to differ, but it's my favorite. So let's get into it. I think let's talk football first. Great win against Tennessee Tech over the weekend. 42-10. That drive by Cutter Boley was absolutely amazing. I'm very impressed. And y'all, whatever Kentucky does, they have to keep Cutter Boley in Lexington. That's the future, in my opinion. He's going to just keep getting better. And it almost, after seeing him play now, I wonder what could this season have been if we had started with Cutter Boley from the beginning. And in fact, they'll even say he looked better in practice. So I kind of wish we would have done that. We may have been able to beat Ole Miss. Definitely could have probably beat Texas. Should have beat Texas no matter what. So just wondering. We are 5-7. We win one more game, and we are going bowling, y'all. I'm excited. Did not think that was going to happen this year. Still might not happen, but there's a big possibility that we could. We've got to beat Vandy or Louisville, and there's a possibility we could win both those games. Would be amazing. So I'm really excited. We'll see what happens with football. We go to Vandy this Saturday. SEC Network's going to be there. That's kind of cool. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what Cutter can do against Pavia. And I think if Kentucky wins, it will definitely that'll be the end of Vanderbilt's college playoff dreams for this year. Because Kentucky actually has kind of a reputation of winning games where a team gets kicked out of the college playoffs. So it very much might happen this time. So yeah, I'm excited. We'll see what happens Saturday. Let's talk basketball. So basketball went to Louisville last Tuesday. Unfortunately, the Cats did fall to Louisville at the Yum Center. It was a brutal game. Could have been a lot worse. We lost by 8. I think the final score was 96-88. It's concerning, but not concerning at the same time, because I saw some things during that game that were very positive. We came back in the first half down 18 points and cut it to 7 at halftime. And then in the second half, we were down 20 and cut it to 4. Had a chance to cut it to 2. And I do believe if we had cut it to 2, we probably would have, we could have won the game. We could have. We definitely could have. But lots to learn from that game. We'll just see what happens. I can say we're not sure what's going on with Jalen Lowe. He did re-injure his shoulder again in practice. So we're just waiting to see what happens with him. There are reports he is not playing tonight against Michigan State, which is kind of a bummer. Jalen Lowe, while I do think he's a very important key to this offense and this team, you do have to remember he did not play when we played Purdue. Now, Purdue was an exhibition game. I know it did not count. I know Purdue may not have been playing, everything that they could throw at us. I understand all that. But I do think we have a good team with Denzel Aberdeen at the front. I do. So I'm not worried, but I am worried a little bit. I hope he comes back. I really do hope we get to see him again. Um, so because I hate it when kids get hurt. I do. The good thing about him though, he does have more eligibility. Like with Lamont Butler last year, his eligibility was done after that. So he wanted to play through. Jalen Lowe's situation is a little bit different. He has a little more options to think about. So we'll see what happens with that. Colin Chandler came out and literally made some big threes that we needed. Cam Williams in the Louisville game, we saw some big threes from him. I was like, yay! Finally, we see a little bit from him. Y'all, I love Brandon Garrison. Kids got to start playing better. Same with Owe. I don't know what's going on with Owe. Owe just does not look himself. I'm hoping tonight we look a little bit. He looks more like Owe, the Owe we saw last year. Now, saying that, he is still very consistent. He is still putting up double figures a game. He's still, he's still contributing. He's just, I don't know if the fight is not there or if he's trying to take more threes. I just want Owe to be Owe and do what Owe does. Does that make sense? Because the 2 Oklahoma games, when we needed a bucket, he was the one that went and got those buckets. So I hope we see a little more fight. Brandon Garrison during the Louisville game, I thought we would have a little more fight with him too. So I don't know what happened. Pope said something happened before, but wasn't going to tell us what it is. He kind of said something last Friday about it and said it really wasn't that big of a deal. Still don't know exactly what happened. I think he should just go ahead and tell us so that we're not speculating so much. But is what it is. We lost. At the end of the day, we lost. I will give hats off to Louisville. Louisville has a really, really good team this year, y'all. They are very good. They have good shooters. So it's not, hats off to them. Pat Kelsey's doing great with that program over there. It was great to see a sold out crowd at the Yum Center too, y'all. I think that's the first time that's happened in 6 years. So makes the rivalry better, y'all. It just does all around. We'll play them again next year. Hey, we might play them in March. You never know, which would be kind of fun, especially if we win. So then we played Eastern Illinois and won that no problems. Saw a little bit better shooting, saw a little bit better decision makings, better free throw shooting, better Owe attacked the basket like we have seen him. So I'm hoping it's just we're building better. So let's talk about tonight. We play Michigan State tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:30 p.m. Central Time. It's at Madison Square Garden. I would kill to be there right now. Absolutely love that. And plus, it would be New York around Christmas time. Let's hope none of the guys get engaged while they're there, because that's what happened last time. And what happened last time, we lost by 20 to Ohio State. So not the reason we lost. We did not play well that game. But this game, it's going to be interesting. I think the physicality is going to be much like a Louisville game. I think if they've watched that tape, they know that they can be physical with us, and it's not that we're not going to be physical. It's just that we just aren't. We're more physical than we were last year. I will say that we are. Michigan State's a good team. They're ranked. We are favored in this game by 4.5 points. It was 5.5 points this morning. I think it dipped down to 3.5, and now it's back up to 4.5. I'm excited. I'm ready for it. I want to beat Izzo and his team, and I think we can. I think we can, and I think it is a must win. If we do not win this game, I think the fan base is going to panic. And there was some extreme reactions to Louisville, and I think that's because it was a rivalry. We don't like losing the rivalry. We haven't lost it in 5 years. So I think that's part of it. But if they lose tonight, I think it's going to be challenging. Let's just say that it's going to be challenging. The tough non-conference games that are coming up: Indiana, North Carolina, St. John's, Gonzaga. Those are going to be, I think, more difficult to win. Zaga for sure. Zaga is really, really good. They're not unbeatable, but they are really, really good. St. John's is going to be very hard. North Carolina is going to be hard, even without Trimble. I don't know much about the Indiana team, but I mean, they're in the mix. So we've got to win this one. We just have to. I mean, we have a very, very hard non-conference schedule, and we have to start winning these games because I'm afraid that if we don't, A, the fan base is going to panic, and B, the hype that we had going into the season, we're going to realize we aren't the team that Pope and his staff and everybody has continually said we're that good. It's funny though, because 2 weeks ago we beat Purdue, and Purdue is a very good team. It was not a fluke. They are a very good team. So I don't know. It's just interesting. Within the 2 weeks, the sky was falling last Tuesday. So, as I said, we got to win this game. We can win this game. This game is not, so one-sided. We can shoot. We have shooters. If we can do that, I think we'll be fine. Michigan State doesn't have the shooters that we have. So, but we'll see. Our defense is just going to have to hold them. We're just going to have to hold them. Our defense is going to have to look like they did against Purdue, basically. So I'm excited. It's going to be a great, great game tonight. It's also going to be a great football game this weekend. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we can say we're going to a bowl game after Saturday, and hopefully the sky's not falling at the end of the game tonight. So until then, let's go Cats.